For those of you who may not know me, my name is Ket. Nikki is one of my best friends. I actually heard of who Nikki was through my sister Sunny. She's one of the bridesmaids. They used to be co-workers at BP. It was then at a party where Nikki and I officially met. Sunny told me, "Oh, you'll like Nikki. She's really nice." We introduced ourselves to one another. I could tell right off the bat that Nikki was very shy, timid, reserved. I was determined to get to know her a little better. So I asked Nikki if she wanted to leave the party and go have a few beers downtown. Back then, I was on this kick where I only drank Big Golden Light. Nikki, on the other hand, was drinking a Bud Light. At that point, I had never tried a Bud Light before. So I ordered one for myself to see if I would enjoy the taste. Boy, did I. What have I been missing out on? Till this day, all of my friends know that's my beer of choice, all thanks to Nikki. I could really tell that Nikki was opening up to me more. The more you hang out with her, you get to see her fun, spunky side. She had informed me that she didn't have many girlfriends. Growing up, she's always been one of the guys. So when she got to college, she decided to join Kappa Phi, a sorority, in order to make new girlfriends, and we have some alumni here tonight. These girls are great. Nikki and I started hanging out every week. Not only did she introduce me to my favorite beer, we also found something we both enjoyed and had in common. That was eating. Nikki and I have this fascination with eating bizarre food. Surf clams, octopus, what have you. Nikki had this house down by the Ultimate where she lived with her two roommates at the time, Pat and Kevin. They are the two ushers here tonight. We together had these movie nights in where we'd have pizza, and each of us would choose the weirdest movies from every genre by watching their trailers. It was kind of our thing. I don't recall when, but Nikki eventually quit her job at BP and started working pull tabs at Pesties. That is where she met Troy. He was then and is still one of their bartenders. Now, if any of you haven't been to Pesties, I would recommend going on Thursday nights because they have the best buffalo hot wings. But make sure that you order Bloody Marys back to back because Troy loves making them. So we had one of our movie nights, only this night in particular, Pat and Kevin weren't a part of. It was Nikki and I chowing down on pizza. Nikki looked over at me and said, "I'm inviting a guy over. He'll stop by when he gets off work." She didn't say friend. She didn't say boyfriend, just said a guy. I said, "Okay, cool." But I thought to myself, who? The doorbell rings, and guess who walks in through that door? Oh yeah, none other than Troy Boy. We're watching our movie. I'm in the recliner. They're both sitting on the couch. I glance over and I see Troy's eyes locked onto Nikki's. Big old smiles on both of their faces, a few laughs exchanged. It was then I knew it was more than some crush. After a while, they began officially dating. A few years passed, and the more time I've spent getting to know Troy, the more I know the reason behind Nikki wanting him as her husband. For those who know Troy know how much of a genuine human being he is. He's caring, funny, humble. You can just straight BS with him. I am so glad that my best friend has found her best friend who's able to love and appreciate her in a different way. Could we all raise our glasses? I would like to make a toast in wishing Captain Troy and his beauty Nikki a lifetime of happiness together. Cheers. I love you guys. Oh.
weren't supposed to make me cry. You weren't supposed to
I
make me
wasn't
cry.
supposed to.
Okay. Don't make me cry.
I won't. Don't worry. We won't be crying.
Good.
Hello. We're going to keep this thing rolling. I'm Steve. I'm Troy's older brother and the best man tonight. I'd officially like to welcome you all. I know a lot of people traveled from far away to get here, and I know how much Troy and Nikki appreciate that. Special shout out to Rod and Deanna and my parents, Ruthie and Steve, for hosting this event, and Nikki and Troy as well. Also another shout out to Ruthie and Steve. On Monday, they'll celebrate 42 years of marriage. So that's quite the feat. So I've got two little boys. You might have seen them. They were two of the ring bearers today. Having two little boys like that lets you really reflect on what it means to have a brother. And I can tell you I'm very lucky to have Troy. And it's his whole life, there's kind of been two guiding principles that he's followed. One, he likes to push boundaries to the point where he does a lot of things that are actually a little bit crazy. And then two, you'll find if you hang out with him a lot, what he's trying to do 99% of the time is just have a good time. With that being said, I'll tell you a couple stories. One of my first memories of Troy was when we were just little kids. My sister had gone to the Smoky Mountains and brought Troy back a baseball bat. It was a cool bat. It was a wood bat, and it had his name etched in it, Troy, and a lightning bolt. And it was a cool bat, and I don't know, I was probably 9 and he was maybe 7, and he threatened me with it all the time. And then there was one day we got in a fight, as brothers do, and I remember it very well. We were downstairs in our basement. His bedroom was upstairs at the time. I was probably giving it to him a little bit. He disappeared for a minute. He came back down the stairs running full bore and whacked me. And he got me good. I mean, real good. But before you feel too bad for me, I'm pretty sure I got up and I gave him the beating he deserved. But the moral of the story is, with Troy, you got to be careful. You don't know what to expect. And so that sat in the back of my mind for many years. Whenever he and I would, things would start to escalate, I was always wondering if that bat would come out. And thankfully, I don't think it ever did. If he did, he got me good enough where I don't remember. But like I said, with Troy, you just never know. Fast forward about 20 years, and now this time we're at Giants Ridge on a ski trip. And Troy's an adequate skier. You're not gonna mistake him for somebody destined for the Olympics, but he can get by, right? And we were having just a normal day, hitting the slopes, having a good day. That's still, we hit this run, and I call it rhubarb run now. He sees a little side trail. He points at it, looks at me, and takes off like a bat out of you-know-where. So he picks up speed. He hits a jump, and I don't know if he was going faster than he expected or the jump was just that much bigger, but I saw this thing, perfect view. He was on his way to doing a complete backflip. He was on his way, but there's a big if in the middle. There was a pine tree hanging out over this jump, and there was a branch hanging out. So here he is, mid-flight. Next thing you know, he's tangled up. His skis are tangled up. He's upside down and hanging from the tree. I can tell you this. Once the smoke settled, I don't think I've had a better laugh in my life. No joke, he sat in that tree for 15 or 20 minutes while I laughed and he laughed. And to this day, that story doesn't come up where we don't end up giggling about it for days on end. So what I'm getting at here is with Troy, you never know what to expect, right? But usually it turns out and you're going to get a few laughs out of it. So that being said, things have changed a little bit the last few years since he met his beautiful bride here. Luckily, it hasn't changed too much because she's been very gracious enough to accept Troy, or Tron, as he likes to go by because it makes him sound more imposing, for who he is. She's the perfect yin to his yang. He's a little bit rambunctious and she's very sensible. He's quick to act. She's quick to think and make sure he doesn't do anything too stupid. So all in all, they're just a perfect fit, and I couldn't be more happy for the two of them. That being said, as his big brother, I was really trying to come up with some good advice for him today. And it came down to, actually it was our pastor at church, Bob Merritt, spoke on this a handful of years ago, and it really hit home for me. And it's about disagreements when you're married. Troy, you're going to have two options in a disagreement. And do as I say on this, not as I do. You have two choices. You can either be right or you can be happily married. The choice is yours. So with that, I'd like to officially welcome Nikki to the Griswold family that is our branch of the Kulova family. And if we could all raise our glasses. To Troy and Nikki, I love you both. Salute.
We just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that came here tonight. It means so much to us. Thank you to both of our parents. You guys are amazing. Family and friends who came from all over the country to be here. It's just incredible the amount of support we have from everybody. We're so incredibly blessed just to have you all here, and it means the world to us. And thank you for such an amazing day. Time flies when you're having fun, and really this has gone by in like the blink of an eye. And we love you all. Thank you so much.
Let's party, huh?